Capital News tonight. President Magufuli orders review of mining taxes. Lecturers of Makerere University in Uganda go on strike. Sport Pesa Championship kicks off today. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Fully, Minister for Mining, Finance, Dr. Philip Mpang, stop the stream of unpaid taxes in the mining sector, which has been cited as a major stumbling block to the payment of taxes. President Dr. Magufuli gave the directive in Dar es Salaam after chairing a meeting between some top government officials and stakeholders of the mining sector under the umbrella of the Federation of Miners Association of Tanzania, FEMATA. At the meeting, the President Magufuli remarked that it would be good if those taxes in the mining sector could now be decreased. President Magufuli added that he would chair the meeting and called upon mining stakeholders to explain openly on the challenges they face in the sector, which has meant that the government's revenue from the sector has been small.
The array of percentages that were raised, charged for one thing, they are unacceptable. From this meeting, I have learned a lot from you. I'm sure that even the members of parliament, a lesson has been well learned.
Nina uhakika hata ndugu zangu wabunge wamejifunza.
Mtu anakuja kununua madini yake anapitia benki.
Buyers come to buy minerals through banks. The very same bank will have a custody to secure consultants. The current situation in banks is so difficult for one to easily have mineral bank. Then all mineral stakeholders will only have to deal with the bank. Honorable President, we are urging Bank of Tanzania and other stakeholders to begin buying minerals. This system will help and monitor minerals market.
Land conflicts between residents of Nyanhomango in Misungwi district and an investor of Maswi Drilling that is involved with the digging of wells in various parts of the country has finally been resolved by the commissioner of the district, Yuma Sweda, after directing the investor not to continue with his plan to take 12 plots of demarcated and titled land without the agreement of the residents.
Kinachoniumiza sasa kuja kusikia kwamba haya maeneo yana mtu.
My concern is that this area is said to be owned by somebody else too, and that person has certificates of land ownership. We tried to consult relevant bodies, but no one is taking this matter seriously. Where are we going to get our right? I have bought this land in 2011. This so-called new owner came here in 2016. How are we going to be helped?
Kiwanja 2011.
Kwa hiyo kama kuna sehemu kulikuwa kuna mtu hajapewa hati lakini anamiliki ardhi hiyo kiasili.
If there's anyone who owns a piece of land without title deed, his origin of ownership of the land will not be taken away. It is mandatory according to the laws for them to be compensated, as how our governing laws demands. There are about 3 kinds of compensations: cash, renovations, and land.
Kama wengine walivyojengewa.
Over 200 livestock keepers of the Maasai and Wadatoga communities from 8 districts in Manyara, Arusha and Kilimanjaro regions, traditional elders of have held a march to the office of Manyara Regional Commissioner in Babati to commend President Magufuli for stopping the plan to remove residents of 366 villages that were revealed to be within the reserve areas, and asked the ministry to speed up the process of verification so that they can identify their lands and stay there safely.
In 1992, the biggest land conflict occurred, which resulted from OBC company investor. Decisions were made to divide villages' land, which is about 1,500 square kilometers out of 2,218 of Loliondo ward.
Ni furaha kwetu kubwa sana.
We are grateful for what our president has done. This is a very peaceful gathering because from the vast land pastoralist communities have opportunities of getting more land now.
The convoy of Songwe Regional Commissioner, that is retired Brigadier General Nicodemus Mwangela, who had been on his way to inspect the construction of the Magamba Health Center in Songwe, had gotten stranded for some time earlier today. This comes after the cars making up the convoy failed to cross River Ilembo, which was flooded following heavy rains which fell in Mbozi district.
This is a big challenge, and this situation happens regularly for so many years. When we saw them constructing the drainage systems, we expected for this situation to be history. I think if we get a flyover, this problem will be over. I congratulate Tarura for constructing this road to their capacity. However, I am calling on them again to come up with a flyover. The challenge at this rain season is transporting materials. The infrastructures are poor, which actually delays our work.
Tanzania and Japan have signed an agreement for a project to construct the Gerezani Bridge, which will be built at Gerezani Kata area in Dar es Salaam as part of government efforts and strategies to reduce queues in the city of Dar es Salaam. The project will cost a total of 25.28 billion shillings, which is aid from the government of Japan through Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the bridge will be 40 meters long, 30.4 meters wide, to allow for 6 lanes, with 2 lanes to be used by the bus rapid transit system as well as pedestrian paths.
Gerezani ni sehemu ya miradi mingi ya mikakati ya punguza msongamano wa magari.
Let me remind all of you that there are many ongoing projects in various areas of Dar es Salaam which are intended to reduce traffic jams in the city. For example, I must mention the project to expand Kilwa Road into a 6-lane highway. Following the completion of Phase 2 of the Kilwa Road expansion project, I must tell you that the government held a meeting under the chairmanship of the project's Japanese sponsors in order to begin planning how the Gerezani Bridge can be expanded as well.
Atatekeleza mradi huu. Utiaji wa saini leo mkataba huu ni ishara tosha ya utekelezaji wa ahadi hiyo kulingana na dira yetu isemayo, leading the world with trust.
The District Commissioner of Mbeya, William Paul Ntinika, has ordered for the capture and arrest of the Councillor of Isyesye Ward in Mbeya City Council, Ibrahim Mwampwani, after the councillor closed the office of the administrative officer of the ward, causing residents not to have access to services.
Since in the morning, the office is closed. When I try to reach out to other leaders, no one has any information to share. I have lost my time indeed.
Kama mtendaji afanye kazi kisiri hapa hafanyi kazi chukulie sheria sasa kama mamlaka zichukue tu baada ya kumhoja amekiri.
After interrogating him, he agreed to have closed the office with personal reasons. We are taking him with us. It is not right for one to just make decisions without following procedures. He will be suspended and taken before relevant bodies.
The Deputy Minister in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, Mwita Waitara, has urged top education officials in Dodoma region to put in place plans which will ensure that the region ceases to be known for producing very bad results in the education sector. Deputy Minister Waitara said that if Dodoma region heeds his call, it would ensure that its residents would become educated, and this would also help them take advantage of opportunities that will arise from the country's capital city officially being moved there.
I find it embarrassing that on the list of the worst performing primary schools in the country, the majority of them are in Dodoma region. Likewise, I must point out that Chemba district is high up on the list of the worst performing districts in the country as well. Thus, I feel that we need to make it clearer to parents about the importance of education for their children so that they can be willing to understand the value of education as well. I would like to note that there has not been a great response from parents to the call for them to send their children to school in this particular district. So, as the commissioner of this district, I would like to explain that we are currently putting in place procedures to galvanize parents to recognize the immense value of sending their kids to school.
Residents of Njombe have asked the government, by working with the defense and safety organs, to prevent the murders of children aged between 4 and 9, which have increased since December of last year and continue to threaten safety in the area. The residents made the request after the body of another boy child was found next to Nundu Forest, which is on the outskirts of Njombe.
We did find the body and reported to the police station immediately. The police confirmed that the child was dead and took the body to the mortuary in Njombe. The child has not been identified yet, although the child was a boy with an approximate age of between 3 to 5 years. Investigations are still ongoing. There are about 3 incidents of lost children. The first incident happened on 6th of January, where a child disappeared around evening, and the second incident occurred on 20th of January around 7 p.m.
That is all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, lecturers of Makerere University in Uganda have gone on strike to protest poor management in the university. The lecturers are demanding that their co-workers who were fired in December of last year be returned to work.
That's the first place you go to.
Among the key reasons for the strike is suspension of Makerere University's union workers leader, Dr. Deus Kamanyo, who was protecting the suspended lecturers.
The United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, has officially launched a plan to collect plastic bags on the Indian Ocean. The plan is aimed at removing the bags from the ocean, and the exercise is expected to involve a ship that will travel 500 kilometers from the coastal city of Lami to Zanzibar Island, and it will be collecting the trash along the way.
We have banned plastic bags because of so many hazardous impacts in health. Recently, we have found out that there are fish who eat plastic bags, which results in consuming plastics in our body systems. At least 8 million tons of plastic waste are deposited into the Indian Ocean annually. And below the Sahara Desert, there is production of 170 million tons of waste. 12% of them are plastic bags.
Dozens of Afghan security personnel were killed by Taliban militants who overran a military intelligence base near Kabul. At least 43 people were killed and 54 injured in the attack, where insurgents blew their way into the base using a car bomb before opening fire. Some reports put the death toll at over 100, and it is one of the deadliest attacks on the Secret Service and follows a string of battlefield setbacks for the army. And that is all for international news. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. The National Microfinance Bank, NMB, has begun providing banking services to villagers on fishing islands at Lake Victoria, as well as in mining areas through their agents, with the aim of enabling them to receive the banking services and for the retired elderly to be able to receive pensions in their areas.
We all know that mobile money agents operate even at night. It is only safe for business people not to stay with money at home. These services will support elders who receive pension funds. They can easily access their money at nearby agents. We are determined to take our services closer to our clients, targeting fishermen in islands and small-scale miners in Gator region. We are here to launch an agent who can provide NMB banking services.
Dairy farmers in High District, Kilimanjaro region have complained on the lack of reliable markets for their milk, a situation that forces them to freeze their milk at home so as to avoid the loss of spoiling it, and are forced to sell it at 1 litre for 700 shillings instead of the 1,000 to 1,600 average.
Market is our major challenge in this industry. We invest a lot, but our sales are quite low. Our current market is in social groups where we sell 700 shillings per litre. We are calling on the government to find markets for us, as we will continue improving quality of our products so that they can be sold at good prices in bigger markets. High District is producing over 36 million of liters every year, but our major concern is market. Unfortunately, everyone wants to sell their milk in Moshi District. We have not scrutinized on where else we could sell this nutritious product. However, through our union that we have formulated, we could establish a factory where we can add value to our product and sell at better prices.
unavyoweza kutusaidia sisi tukawa na kiwanda, aidha kiwanda chetu kikubwa cha umoja.
The manager of the National Health Insurance Fund NHIF in Lindi region, Emmanuel Mwikwabwe, has advised leaders of principal cooperative unions in the region to continue to motivate cashew nut farmers to be able to join the fund through a health cooperative for only 76,800 shillings per year.
This service was launched by Prime Minister on 17th of June in Kahama district and instructed to reach farmers. More awareness needs to be done for farmers to join National Health Insurance Fund so that they can benefit from health services. As an institution, we shall participate fully and sustainably in influencing farmers to join. It is high time now, since farmers have sold their crops. Registrations exercise will begin at the Agriculture Marketing Cooperative Societies to register those who will be interested in joining the fund.
And that's all for business news. We'll be back with sports in just a bit.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip, the hip, hip, hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang, boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette.
With Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports. The Sport Pesa Championship has kicked off today with young Africans starting off. Meanwhile, the defending champions Gor Mahia have boasted of performing even better this time.
And we came to Tanzania Sports Pesa Super League Cup, and we're going to start from today preparation, but we are ready. We are current champion and we are ready, and I always said and I always believe I came one of the good team, one of the best team in is Africa, and then I work with this young man, my captain, full trusting him.
As a team, we have prepared well. We are ready for this tournament. It's our transition time because we have had a new coach, so it's new, but it's giving us the good dose for this tournament, and we are ready for it. It's going to be tough, as I expect. All teams have seen Sport Pesa helping us and giving us this opportunity to go and play in Europe and giving us opportunity to play the European teams. So everybody's geared up and everybody's going to fight for it. But as for us, no pressure.
JKT Tanzania's management says they've already found solution to challenges that made them perform poorly in recent games, and so this round they will be a better side, starting with a game against Mtibwa.
I'm not sure about Kenya, but they are always serious. They bring the required squads. We usually are not serious, but because of the reasons I mentioned, this time around, that is why when we come here, I met the young Africans coach and their leaders, and I told them I do not want to be ashamed.
Kevin Prince Boateng has completed a dream move to Barcelona on loan for the remainder of the season.
Former Tottenham and Portsmouth forward was handed the chance to make a surprise return to La Liga as Barca needed attacking cover for Luis Suarez. Boateng made Italian side Sassuolo his 9th club on a free transfer last year, and Barca have the option to sign the 31-year-old for €7.1 million in the summer. "It's a big dream come true," he said. "It's a big honor for me to be here." After leaving Hertha Berlin in 2007, Boateng played for Spurs and Pompeii before earning a move to AC Milan in 2010, helping them to win Serie A in his first season.
42 Russian athletes have been cleared to compete as neutrals this year by the International Association of Athletics Federations, the IAAF. And here is more on this story.
The world governing body banned Russia in November 2015 because of evidence of state-sponsored doping. The IAAF said those cleared to compete under a neutral banner have met the exceptional eligibility criteria. It added that it was prioritizing applications from athletes wishing to compete in the current indoor season. Russia will learn on Tuesday whether it is to face fresh sanctions over December's missed deadline to allow investigators from the World Anti-Doping Agency access to the Moscow laboratory at the epicenter of the doping scandal.
Football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has cut a deal with a court in Madrid over tax evasion charges, accepting a £0.8 million, that's an £16.6 million fine.
A huge media presence met the player outside the court after a judge refused his request to appear by video or to enter the building by car to avoid the spotlight. The deal, agreed in advance, includes a 23-month jail sentence. But in Spain, convicts do not usually do time for sentences under 2 years. The non-violent nature of Ronaldo's offense means he's unlikely to spend any time at all in jail, serving it on probation instead. The court appearance lasted mere minutes as Ronaldo accepted the deal offered by prosecutors.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
vya Capital Television na Capital Radio vinakupa ofa kabambe ya punguzo la bei kwenye matangazo yake. Kwa upande wa televisheni ni matangazo ya graphics na upande wa radio ni matangazo madogo madogo, yani casual ads. Ofa hii itaanza tarehe 1 mwezi Desemba hadi tarehe 30 mwezi Januari mwaka